All right, back out here again, working on some more stuff. We flipped the parts over from yesterday, started painting the other side of them, got the first coat on those. Still doing some cleaning on the steering rack. Of course, we'll take a look at the coilovers and see what we can do. But we need to have a little chat because the other day I said something about I want this car going in the next 90 days. The reason I said that is we go to, when I say we, me and my brother go to Rocky Mountain Race Week every year for the past 4 years, I think. And this year they're having their Mega Week event, which is where they combine both race weeks that they have throughout the year. They're combining them into one for this year and calling it Mega Week. We always take Cody's Jeep SRT8 and we're in the True Street class and we have a blast. It's so much fun. So I was like, well, I think this year we should try to take two vehicles, you and the Jeep in True Street, and Gooch I'd like to enter into stick shift because I think that would be super fun to have two cars up there, especially for Mega Week. Well, I did the numbers, right? I crunched the numbers back in January and it could work. That's where the 90 days came from, is if I could get this car running in 90 days, it would be running in time for race week with very minimal testing or anything like that, which that's fine. I'm willing to go up there and break something if I have to. Or we have a Jeep, so I mean, we could definitely tow it home if we needed to. Unfortunately, that didn't allow for much room of error as far as time and money, which is the two things that it would take to do it, is time and money. As far as money goes, the money could work. The only problem is I would be spending all of my money on Gooch and literally nothing else to get everything I needed in time. It could work, but it would be so tight that I wouldn't really like it. I'd be crossing the finish line, like scraping by on credit cards at that point, and that's not really the way I want to do it. I want to do it, correctly up front, which I'd also be skimping on a lot of stuff that I want to do with the car, like saving a little money here and there, which I don't really want to do, but I was willing to do it to make it work. As far as timing goes, timing would take all of my next 3 months. The next 90 days would be nothing but working on this car. And just as a little perspective, I've got 11 cars here on the property that have to be maintained. They've got repairs that have got to be done. I've got 3 other Calibers outside. 2 of them need engines. 1 is just a parts car, but 2 need engines. So, I mean, those are projects in and of themselves, and the time it would take to get this car ready, right? So, race week is the first week in June. So from now until June, I would just be only focused on this car and nothing else. I've got 1 car out here with a blown head gasket that I've got to get done quickly. It was my daily driver, so I'm driving a backup vehicle right now. I've got to get that car back and running, so that's going to take a little time, a little bit of money. But as far as timing goes, there's so much other stuff that I've got here that's got to have attention before June. So we'd get back from race week, after the first week in June, and then for the rest of June, it would be recovering from that, fixing anything that's broken or doing this and that. It'd basically be July before I got to any other projects. So unfortunately, I think I'm calling it, as far as the decision to get Gooch ready in the next 90 days and make it to race week and race and do all that. I think I'm just going to slow down, pump the brakes, and do it the way I want to do it the first time around. Getting Gooch ready for race week would have taken a few shortcuts that I didn't want to take. It would have been super stressful, and I want to get that stress off of me and just finish up a whole bunch of other stuff. The money stuff, I've got money tied up in so many different smaller projects, so many other things going on at the same time. In order to get the money back out to spend on Gooch, I've got to finish the projects, which is another timing error. I don't have time to work on the projects to get the money out to put it in the Gooch. So for me, it's a lot better off. The pros far outweigh the cons of just taking my time on this. Obviously, we're not going backwards. Like, the engine is done. The transfer case is done. But I am going to slow down working on Gooch. to focus on other projects, getting everything done. But as far as what I'm working on right now, as far as the front of the car, I'm gonna try and go ahead and finish the front of the car just because I have everything here, but I'm gonna slow down and not be so rushed to throw it together and potentially end up missing something anyways. So the content's still gonna come as far as you guys go. You're still gonna get the videos, you're still gonna get the updates. I'm still gonna try to post as much as I can. But as far as Gooch goes, he's gonna slow down as far as the progress, which I'm totally okay with because I want this car to be the best version of what I can build. And when I built it a few years ago, I did rush through it and I threw money at it that I didn't really know what I was doing, but I wanted to learn. So I just bought stuff and did stuff just for the sake of doing it. But now that I've got a little more experience, I want to make the car better as far as how I can make it better. So I'm still working on it. Obviously the interior looks great now. There's a few little pieces here and there that I need to kind of fix up. Obviously some trim pieces missing. I still have to finish the front of the car. I don't want to rush, which is what I would have had to do to get it going. So as far as race, I guess summary, as far as race week goes this year, in June, me and Cody will be going together again. We will be in the Jeep again in True Street, which is perfectly fine by me. Me and Cody talked about it, and the original plan was for me and him to just take Gooch, but then I thought about it and I was like, well, we have 2 tickets. We ended up having 2 tickets this year, and I said, well, why don't we take both? You know, you in the Jeep and me in the Caliber, and we could cruise, you know, next to each other, behind each other, whatever. We could both cruise together, which we went back and forth on a few times. It's a great idea in theory and not so much fun on the road because you're just by yourself for hours and hours and hours, but at the track, we'd still be together the entire time. So it was back and forth. And now we're at the point of, okay, let's just do what we've done. Just take the Jeep, just run what we know, and less stress. We'll be spending less money and we'll have more time to work on other stuff. But I will say the plan for next year's race week, I definitely want Gooch there, and I want to compete in stick shift, which is why I'm building the car like I'm building the car. I'm building it within the stick shift rules so I can race stick shift in any races that come up. But anywho, enough of that. So that's kind of the good news, bad news situation. It's not terrible, but it's not super exciting. I'm pretty bummed about it, but I'll get over it. It is what it is. It's life. But in the meantime, I'm still going to be doing as much as I can do. You know, just the one person here working on everything. So like I said before, this has another coat of paint on it. So in about 20 minutes, I'll throw another coat on that stuff. I'm going to keep cleaning this stuff up over here, and I'll check in just a little bit, and we'll see how far I can get today. Okay, just like that, another coat of paint down. Actually, I think 2 more coats. I don't know. It's about to start storming, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut everything up in here, close everything down. It's starting now. So that's probably gonna do it just for today. I've got to go inside and clean some stuff anyway, so that's gonna do it for today. The big news today was just, it's not gonna be done as quickly as I thought it was. That's all it is. But still good news as in we're moving forward with Gooch. Like, we've got all of our subframes, we've got everything getting ready to be painted. So the next steps, obviously transmission, transfer case, engine gonna be going together. I've got the clutch over there on the table. Front of the car will be going together pretty well on schedule just because I have everything. I'm just not gonna rush through it. There's a couple more things I wanna get for the engine. Right now it's got a stock oil pan on it. I wanna change the oil pan to something different. There was something else I wanted to change. Nothing internal. As far as the engine assembly, it is locked in and done. But there's a few small things that instead of rushing, I actually want to go ahead and get and do to the engine. So just some small changes overall. It just won't make it to race week, but it is still coming, I think, within this year. It should still be on the road. So we'll see how far we can get on it. Other than that, that's going to do it for this video. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some more videos just to show you guys what I'm doing day to day. I know this was not really a lot of fun to watch, but I like to make videos and I like to be out here in the garage. So you guys are going to get to tag along and see what all I do out here. So until the next video, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.